Ifunanya, also known as Now Music, was a young Nigerian singer full of talent and dreams. She was in her mid-20s, around 26 years old, and lived alone in her small apartment in Abuja. She was unmarried, had no children, and her life revolved around music. Friends describe her as calm, focused, and deeply passionate about her career. She had a growing following on social media platforms like Facebook and TikTok, where she often shared her singing, covers, and worship songs. Ifunanya was not yet a big star, but her talent was obvious, and she had plans to release more music in 2026. Her fans and people who knew her were excited about her future. On the night of January 31, 2026, Ifunanya came home after a normal day. Nothing seemed unusual. She went into her apartment quietly, ready to rest. But during the night, she felt a sharp pain in her body. It quickly became serious. People who later spoke about the incident say it was because a snake had bitten her in her apartment. There were rumors that the snake has been inside her room for days without her knowing. Some said it was hidden behind furniture or in the bedroom. Others say it only became aggressive that night. These reports could not be fully verified, but they raised serious concerns. When neighbors and security staff arrived after the incident, they reportedly found two snakes, one inside her room and another near her balcony. The discoveries shocked everyone and made people wonder how such a thing could happen. Many questioned whether it was an accident, neglect in the building, or just bad luck. Ifunanya was rushed to a nearby hospital after the bite. Sadly, this is where the tragedy deepened. Reports suggested that anti-snake venom was not immediately available, and the delay may have cost her life. By the time treatment was given, the venom had already spread through her body, making it too late to save her. But according to the brother of Ifunanya, this is his latest post about the real truth of what happened to his sister. He called me yesterday morning at about 8:30 a.m. She says, "Amy, don't panic, but I've just been bitten by a snake. I'm on my way to the hospital." I asked her how come because I was in shock. She said she was sleeping and felt pain. When she opened her eyes, she saw the snake. I realized that wasn't the time to ask too many questions, so I cut the call and called her back with my smaller phone immediately, using the bigger one to call people I knew in Abuja because she was going to the hospital alone, hence tired just by herself. Divine Health Hospital, Trademore Road, Lugbe, Abuja. That was the first hospital she went to, and when she got there, they immediately said they did not have the anti-venom. ABD could not help her. She booked a ride immediately to get to the hospital that might have it. Note that while all this was happening, I was still on call with her, never hung up, and she was speaking fine with me. Her hand was tied, and she was in a ride headed to Federal Medical Center, Abuja. We got to the next hospital some minutes to 10 a.m., at which point she was still speaking with me. When she got to the second hospital, she went into emergency department, and these guys started bombarding her with questions. I was still on call with her, and it was irritating me. I kept asking her, "What are they doing now?" I asked, "Do they have the anti-venom?" And she said, "They said they will give her a drip." The doctor removed the stuff she used to tie her hands to avoid the circulation of the venom and kept telling her to calm down. She immediately told me, "Amy, they have removed the things I used to tie my hand." Me, I felt well. Since she's at the hospital now, the doctor should know better than me. I encouraged her to calm down. When the drip was in, she started feeling dizzy and her tongue wasn't speaking well again. So that was when I let her relax and ended the call. At that point, also my uncle I had contacted in Abuja was at the hospital with her. So I felt a bit of relief, thinking she was getting all the treatment she needed. Now, when they lost her, I started seeing people say she was beaten at night or the day before, but only came yesterday, which was a lie. Doctors saying she wasn't talking properly and came in late. She came in by herself with both legs, without any help. I was speaking with her through it all. She was very audible. Why did they remove the stuff she tied to prevent the spread of the venom? Told her to calm down and proceed to put a drip. Did they even have the anti-venom at this second hospital? The hospital failed her and doubled her to lie also about everything. I hate the country so much. This brought attention to a bigger problem. In Nigeria, many hospitals, especially small clinic or private facility, often do not have life-saving anti-snake venom. even when available, it may be expensive or improperly stored. Access often depends on luck, timing, and location, rather than certainty of treatment. If Naya death was not just a personal tragedy, it highlighted serious flaws in the healthcare system. Something as basic as emergency care should not be a gamble. Life-saving treatments must be available when it is needed. Yet, in this case, it was not. Her death was heartbreaking because she was young, talented, and had a bright future ahead. She had dreams of releasing more music and building her career, but it all ended suddenly and tragically. Her family, friends, and fans were left in shock. People who followed her music mourned her deeply. The incident also caused fear and raised serious questions about how prepared Nigeria is to respond to emergencies. Many wondered how such a tragedy could have been prevented if proper treatment had been immediately available. Ifunaya's story reminds us that life can change in a moment. One moment she was living her life and working on her dreams, and the next she was gone. It also shows the importance of emergency health care. Even someone full of talent, hope, and life can lose everything if urgent medical help is not accessible. The sadness of her passing is felt not only by her fans, but also by the wider community. People are left to think about the challenges of living safely, the importance of healthcare preparedness, and the fragility of life. Ifunaya's voice, her music, and her spirit will always be remembered by those who knew her and followed her work. Her death serves as a warning to everyone about the need for readiness, whether it's in personal safety or access to healthcare. Emergencies can happen anywhere, even at home. A simple moment, such as a snake entering a room, can end a life if systems are not ready. It also shows that young talents and dreams can be cut short unexpectedly, and the world loses someone who has so much potential. Ifunaya's story is sad, shocking, and deeply tragic. She was a rising star, a young woman full of energy and hope, and her life ended in a way no one expected. Her death highlights how fragile life is and how critical it is to have emergency medical care ready for anyone, anywhere. People remember her not just for the tragic way she died, but for the talent, passion, and dreams she had. Her passing has left a hole in the heart of those who knew her and loved her music. Even as we mourn, it is important to learn from this tragedy. Emergency health care, safety at home, and awareness about dangers like snake bites are crucial.
Fall in love, yeah. Sugar banana, as I don't get you, if you say make a hammer. See, I not the joke, make you come follow me, make we go see my mama. For better, for worse, so we go there together in any kind of weather. See, I not the joke, not true I the talk, not true I the talk. My friends, they ask me, say, oh girl, what is the matter? Me, I to tell them, say, you they make my head scatter. I used to lie to my friend.
Real Crime Chronicles, where every mystery finds its truth. Tap the bell and never miss the next case.